We are covering Terminal Aerodrome Forecasts, or TAFs, for the FAA Part 107 exam. A TAF is a weather forecast for the area within a 5-statute-mile radius of an airport. Unlike a METAR, which is an observation of current weather, the TAF is a prediction of what the weather will be. For the exam, you must be able to determine if a flight is safe based on this forecast. TAFs are typically valid for a 24 to 30-hour period and are issued 4 times a day. The most critical section of a TAF for exam purposes is the valid time period. You'll see a code like 12/12/13/18. This means the forecast is valid from the 12th day of the month at 1200 Zulu time until the 13th day at 1800 Zulu time. An exam question will give you a TAF and a proposed flight time. Your job is to confirm if the forecast is active for that time. For example, if the TAF is valid until 1800 Z, a flight planned for 1830 Z would be outside the valid period, a detail the test will expect you to catch. The exam heavily tests your understanding of change indicators. These tell you when and how the weather is expected to change within the forecast period. The first is FM, which stands for from. When you see FM 1200-600, it means a rapid, significant weather change is expected to happen starting on the 12th day at 1600 Z. After that time, the conditions listed in the FM group become the new prevailing forecast. A common exam trap is to ask for the wind direction or visibility after the FN time, forcing you to ignore the initial conditions and focus only on the new forecast. Next is BECMG, for becoming. This indicates a gradual change over a period, usually 2 hours. For instance, BECMG 1214-1216 means conditions will slowly transition between 1400 Z and 1600 Z on the 12th. Once that period ends, the new conditions are considered permanent for the remainder of the TAF's validity. The test might ask about the expected weather during this transition, and you need to understand it's a slow change, not an instant one like with FM. Then there is tempo, for temporary. This describes fluctuations expected to last for less than an hour at a time and for less than half of the total specified time block. A code like tempo 1218-1222 means that between 1800 Z and 2200 Z on the 12th, certain conditions might temporarily occur. The exam trap here is to confuse temporary conditions with prevailing ones. If the main forecast shows visibility of 6 statute miles, but a tempo group shows temporary visibility of 2 statute miles, you must plan for the worst-case scenario during that window, even though the baseline forecast is better. Finally, you might see a probability forecast like Prob 30 or Prob 40. This indicates a 30 or 40% chance of specific weather, like thunderstorms, occurring during a given period. The exam expects you to know this represents a possibility, not a certainty, and you should consider the associated risk in your flight planning. A good way to remember the main change indicators is this phrase, F4BITE, tomorrow's plan. This stands for FN from, BECMG, tempo, and prob, the 4 key forecast modifiers you will absolutely see on your exam. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.